So
Great peroxide in his
quite
hot
a little,
dog.
it was before Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
He says you don't
Trying to
get
think when I went home, unless it was that weekend of Thanksgiving maybe.
I don't remember either.
Can't either.
He said,
So I know I went around the corner and then I seen the
Is
sheriff's
it regular
office sitting
peroxide?
there.
There's no
I
food
heard.
very
Good stuff.
So,
Okay, it's 5:30, we'll call the meeting to order and start with the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lead off with roll call.
Okay.
Ready?
Roll call, Steve Herron,
Here?
Carol Hancock,
Here.
Jay Jones,
Yes.
Lexi Murphy,
Yes.
Jean Unruh.
Yes,
Perfect attendance. Quorum. Item number 4 on the agenda is to approve the minutes from the 11/21 meeting. Which you have in the packet.
just that my name's spelled wrong.
Is it again?
So
Maybe you should just go in and
I
change it
did.
to an
Why
I.
don't you just change your
We're
name?
reverting you back.
Is it I or Y?
It's a
Why?
Y.
It's a
Your name's
Y.
spelled
Oh, I
wrong.
thought you said it was an I last time.
No. When
Yeah,
it's
but down here it's spelled.
I know down here it's spelled right, but up
Oh,
here
down at
it's
the
spelled
bottom,
wrong.
it's not.
Yeah, on the back of that page, not that it's a big.
I don't really, it's funny.
Second paragraph from the bottom, roll call vote, Steve, Carol, Jay, Lexi, G. Jay's in there twice.
Jay does deserve twice.
I voted twice.
Okay,
I didn't, I didn't notice that one either.
Or there's an article from-
And you did all the other corrections, right, Scott?
Yes.
The ones that-
Yep, yeah,
Okay.
everything else has been corrected.
We're good to roll then, as far as that
Keeping you on
goes.
your toes, Lexi.
we're gonna hang a
That's
sign on
okay.
your desk, Lexi with a Y.
Why?
No, it's like find Waldo, but find the eye or whatever, you know?
Well, really, I did it on purpose, just to see
Okay.
if people
Oh,
actually
okay.
read this or not.
Right.
Perfect.
I see that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Then you know if we're reading them or not.
I'll make the motion to approve them with the corrections.
Okay, Lexi has made the motion to approve the minutes with correction of her name
I'll
and
second.
removal of Jay, and Jean has seconded. Do you have any other discussion or revisions? Anyone hear anything? Then I will call for a vote. All in favor of approving the minutes from the 11/21/22 regular meeting with the adjustments, say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, say nay. All ayes, motion carries. Item number 5 is to approve the minutes from the 11/23 meeting, special meeting, the morning meeting. Yeah, her name wrong on that one. Yes, we did, Lexi. I see one there.
He's good. Did you see one again? I
Yeah,
see it.
candidate
Yes.
number 1, that item, there's one. We'll fix that.
Alright. Could be worse.
Yeah, who knows what he can make up for it.
Right.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from the 11/23/22 special meeting.
Okay, I have a motion by Jean,
I'll second that.
and second by Carol to approve the minutes from the 11/23/22 meeting. Do you have any revisions found, any other discussion? Okay, we'll call for a vote. All in favor of approving the minutes from the 11/23/22 special meeting as written, say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, say nay. All ayes, motion carried. Kent is back to present more information on our premiums for 2023.
Got a breakdown now, you got a little bit less premium, huh?
Yeah,
In the last couple weeks?
Yeah, unfortunately, that isn't, no.
Oh, that didn't work, huh?
No.
Okay.
So when I was here last, we talked about the increase in there over a 2-year period, still is a decrease. Didn't know if you wanted to make any changes. There are several options there if you want to make any changes, or if you wanted to stay with what we have, or what you wanted to do, or questions.
Yeah, because we went with the 2 and 4 last year with that. So they'd be adjustable,
Yep.
something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there any other, I mean, I don't know, that would be still a good coverage, but that would be a little less that you can tell us? Or, you know, because to me, looking at this is kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, the only way we're gonna get a little cheaper premium is to either give up some benefits or to raise that deductible.
Okay,
Yeah,
I kind of figured that's
Yeah,
what
we raised deductible last year on that
Yeah.
car.
yeah, so that's been done kind of recently, yeah.
Right,
Cause how much did we take, you deducted, I mean, it was less last year. It went down quite a bit, didn't it?
It did, like about 35%,
yeah, we really had a good,
yeah,
So,
yeah,
really
Yeah.
helped.
yeah.
So
we
I
had-
think then we were at 1,000, 2,000, and went to 2 and 4, right?
Right, correct,
Right,
yep.
so,
I think everybody seems pretty happy with everything.
yeah. I think this coverage is good, basically. The only other thing we can do is we could raise what they pay as a family rate, because it's only 15%, to help the city
Oh, okay.
budget, not to change anything here,
No.
Right, yep.
so.
now if we raise them, do we do something for the single people though too?
You could do each one. I don't know, I guess I don't have a problem with the single ones, but I know what you're saying, that they're getting the gravy. And the person with
Well, I
family.
think they do it now where the, I don't know how the single ones are paid for, and then whatever that is taken out of,
You get the same, you get the same rate,
that gets taken out of
family.
the family before
Yeah.
the
So they take-
15%
everybody
gets
gets their
taken
So
out.
everybody gets
I
that, yeah.
So they are all getting it, it's just that the family's that much higher.
Yeah.
And then then the city is taking 15%.
And then you pay 15% in on
Yeah,
whatever
15%
percent it is,
of
I
the
don't know.
family, which we could raise that if we wanted to. I think I did check it, and it wasn't a big, if we went up another 10%, it would, instead of paying 15, that would be 173, and if they paid 25, that would be 288. So we'd have to figure if it's worth it, I guess, city-wise or not, for the amount.
Could we get something in, kind of different plans kind of in writing? That way we could take it to the guys, kind of show them what,
That's what we had.
We had that already.
No, that's all this.
that's, okay. But I mean, for, that we can actually take it to our employees so they can actually see,
Oh,
so they kind of know what's coming or what might be coming down the road. And
yeah.
So that, you said that 175, is that every 2 weeks?
That would be, no, that would be in one,
In a month.
no, that's in a month.
In a month? Oh,
That- So
geez.
they pay
Oh, that's
that,
pretty cheap.
they
That's pretty
pay
minor.
80-something a month.
What
or
did you say, you pay
2 weeks.
500
Taylor pays $1,000
A month?
a month?
for insurance.
Yeah.
See, so I
Per family.
feel,
Yeah, I was gonna say, there isn't too many.
no, 173 is pretty cheap.
That's a month?
That's a month.
Oh, I think we need to go to 25.
And family, I mean, if we do 25, it's 288, 89 is what I'm figuring, and so that would be 144 per pay period.
Yeah,
Yeah, Taylor gets $500 out
Wow.
for a paycheck.
holy cow.
So
as far as Kent's concerned, we can leave the,
Yeah.
We can
take
leave it,
this,
but
tell
we
him
can-
we're okay, yes, make a
Yeah.
motion
Yeah,
for that.
you're
we can
200.
always-
Yeah, we can
What,
ask them
2,000, 4,000?
check it out.
Yeah.
Deductible
Because
and.
As long as you guys are happy
Don't
with
pay
the
attention to that,
insurance
yeah.
coverage.
No, I have nothing to do with that
No, I
anyway.
didn't think so, that's
Yeah,
all set.
that's payroll.
Well, then I'll make a motion to leave the insurance as it is with the 2 and 4 like we've had, and
I'm second.
for the Walmart. Insurance for
I don't know if you'll
2023.
need it.
Okay, we have a motion by Carol and a second by Lexi, correct? To allow for the 2023 renewal of the current plan, is that correct? State that, and do we have any further discussion regarding that side of it? No? Okay, calling for a vote, all in favor of number 6, say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed say nay. All ayes, motion carried and approved. Put that ready for us.
Scott, did we answer your question though?
We can
Or are you looking for more, are you looking for anything from me?
No, well, I just kind of
Okay.
want to see what the
Simplify.
breakdown was,
Okay.
between
Yep.
between plans. or
Okay,
something.
I just want to make sure Yep, you didn't.
But no,
Yeah.
I can,
Got
yeah,
it.
we can make a
Otherwise-
copy here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and of
that-
course I write all over mine.
Okay,
If
that's fine.
somebody's got one, probably that's
Okay.
fine.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You bet.
Thank you, Kent.
Okay, item number 7, approve the updating ordinances codification, which you have 2 proposals just after the minutes there. You know, that one looks like an email, as it is, and, well, actually, they both are emails. With their information and their details, both have done it before. One is just a bigger company that probably works with bigger cities and therefore can charge more. And Darren has done it for us and for lots of other Northwest Iowa cities and towns, so.
So Darren will give us a full 12 copies.
I wonder why we need 12.
Where are you
Well,
seeing
for
this?
everybody.
I got that.
Yeah.
Now, there's
Everybody.
5 of us, and then the
There.
mayor.
Well,
You got that one?
Yeah.
We need
And
12.
this one?
Come on.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Why do
Here
we
he's
need
given
12
us only
copies?
4, so I think that's skimpy, the first
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I think 6 or 7 would probably take care of us.
Well, I would think.
So well,
one-
each of us will get
Well,
one.
each
and then
one, there's 5
council
of us,
and
mayor is
mayor.
6, 1 for the office,
At
7.
least, I would say at least.
2.
One or
And
two.
you have maybe a couple here. But I would
12 is
say
good.
8 ought to be okay.
Woo!
Eight.
I mean, is that gonna change your price though?
Well, I don't know, that's what we have to
Little
find
bit.
out.
It's probably not gonna change your price.
Not by much. It doesn't.
And if it
what
doesn't-
happens if you lose
And if it
your
doesn't,
after
then-
it?
Well, maybe I lose that
We'll just
book.
ask-
I don't know. Movie.
It's a lot of copies.
I think we could ask him though, because
For
he's pretty
8.
decent to
Yeah.
talk to.
Yeah, ask him about 9. 'cause it's-
12.
Say, okay,
I mean, if it's gonna drop the price considerably,
Sure.
but if it
it
doesn't,
will
ask for the
probably.
12.
I'm thinking though, if you see that agreement, where he's got the services, I'm wondering if he means January 1st of '23. The planning agency shall commence.
Or McKenna.
Where do you see
And-
that?
It's where he starts, right after that resolution that he sent. The next page, the agreement.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I'm thinking he's gonna start working on it in '23, because he hardly.
Oh, yeah, the services, the plan,
That
I,
was,
Is
I
this,
question
is
that
this the guy
too.
that we call in Spencer for questions?
Oh, I see.
yes, with
Services.
planning and zoning,
Okay.
Completed the
same
same.
thing.
And he does this on the side too.
Yeah, and he's done it for years. I mean, look at all the towns he's done, or does do. Because he's got,
Oh, our neighbors.
yeah, Orange City, I mean, how many of them?
So we haven't done ours since
Oh, yeah.
2016. How often are you supposed to do
Yeah,
that?
see
The
that.
book says what, 5 years, doesn't it?
5 years?
Yeah. But they've never hit 5 years according to this.
Where did it say, I'll list all the cities?
Oh, right here.
Right,
Yeah.
now they're-
Yeah, that very
Kirk,
first page.
Calumet, Hosper,
Oh, okay,
Lawrence, yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Zero Royal Sioux.
Yeah. So, and then it says all the years that he's done it here. 2, 10, and 16.
If he's done it before, he knows what he's doing
I
and
would think so,
knows what we need and,
yeah.
It's good for legal.
That cost is way better than the other cost.
Exactly.
no
Well,
kidding.
yeah.
As long as it's.
Plus
You
he's
get more
close.
copies.
Yeah.
We get 12 copies.
Copies.
3 times as many.
Wow, what a deal.
Yeah, what a deal. Well, I know he says he highlights the things for us, there's like green and there's all of that.
Really?
He does a lot of stuff. I
Wow.
couldn't even remember what he all told me.
Yes, so instead of just putting the page was revised at the bottom, which is what we've had before, and we couldn't really tell what on the page was revised, he's gonna have it, I think in either margins or highlight or something.
Yeah,
so
he
we'll
does
have-
something to make
He
all
We'll
also-
that.
actually see
Nice.
the change.
He also does it in electronic, he does it in
Yep,
Word and PDF, so that's,
Spelling will be correct.
we just get Lexi's name in there right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it does not-
no, I think
does not
he's-
say so.
Yeah. All right, I'll make the motion to go with Darren.
I will second that.
Who wants that one? The
She
second?
can.
She can. All right, so we have Lexi as the motion, and Carol is the second to accept the proposal from Darren Baumgartner and regarding our codification. Any further discussion? Questions related to either of those proposals?
I got a question. He had asked me about doing our contract, but being he's done all this, isn't that agreement good enough? Or what do you, I mean, do we need a contract? I don't know.
Isn't this what
I
I
just
meant by
told him he didn't
contract?
have to do that at
Is
this
this the
point.
contract right
Well, that's
here?
what I'm kinda thinking.
Yeah,
Is this
it
good
seems-
enough? If it's good enough for him?
Isn't this right here?
It says
this
an
next
agreement
page?
It's an
between,
agreement.
Between the Northwest Iowa Planning and Development.
Yeah, so,
outside of that date change, it's,
yeah, I don't know. Scott, unless you wanna give him a jingle sometime and
Okay.
ask him if he,
Yep.
and do we have to do this resolution then now?
Yes, if you are.
This is a contract because it's
Yeah.
got back here, it's got
The
the
whole,
mayor and the city clerk and all that.
yeah, so I would think it's good. I also like on that bottom back page, it says, if you have any conference calls, he does not count that against you, you know, like you can have 5 meetings. But if you go over that 5, then he starts to charge.
Right.
But a lot of people, when you call, will charge also.
Did you see here, additional copies of the code
Yeah.
may be provided at a cost of $25, so.
There you
That's
go.
what that's-
$75
so-
discount.
$25.
So
We take
$75, yeah, he's charging $25 per book,
Yep, it is.
Might pay for a phone call later.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's good.
Okay. So we have to read the resolution. Who wants to read that for us, for the approval of this?
Didn't somebody just, did Lexi,
She just, we shouldn't read it.
you gotta read the
We
resolution.
gotta read it.
not gonna read it.
I gotta read that. one?
Anyone can
No,
read it.
just
No,
read
just
the
that
agreement
dark.
between,
Just the
I'll
part.
read it.
Okay,
I would say
Yeah.
that, the agreement.
If you don't
between-
wanna read it,
this
I'll read it.
resolution right here,
Yep, just one.
just that little thing?
Yes.
A resolution for the City Council of Polina, Iowa to request the assistance of the staff of the Northwest Iowa Planning and Development Commission. That's all I had to read.
Is that good enough?
Sounds good to me.
Updating the city codes book, that's black.
Oh, updating the city code
I don't
book,
know.
I was gonna say wow.
Just make sure, yeah, we've read all that. Requested to provide staff assistance. The council will understands and complies with policy council guidelines regarding the assessment of costs. Okay, so that has been made by Lexi and seconded by Carol. And we will do a roll call vote on that. When you're ready?
Steve,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Lexi,
Yes.
and Jean.
Yes,
All in favor? Motion Approved. Okay. Have an open opportunity to address the council from the public. Don't have visitors today. Report section. Anyone need to go relatively promptly, either of you, right now? I was just gonna talk about if anybody was around town, and we had some people around town for the hometown Christmas and went pretty well. I think the council, or the chamber had come in and asked council for approval of the street closures and their parade and all of that fun stuff, and it all went over pretty well, I think.
the parade go well.
It did,
We
it was
were
about
gone.
5 minutes long, maybe.
Oh,
but,
well.
You know, for the first one, it's a start.
About
And
4
it was
minutes
cool.
longer than the 4th of July one, I think, then.
Oh, that one got long last time.
Oh, did it? Ooh, I missed that one.
It's a little nicer to sit outside on that one.
Yeah,
So if anybody's heard anything good or bad, make sure you let people know that, and from the chamber. And what else do we talk about? That's the main thing I guess I want to mention. I did just get a letter from the Iowa State University. The extension group is trying to put this emerging leaders, leading communities group together again. They did this hometown marketing years ago, which is how we got the chamber into a few more things and did things that way, and this is what they're putting together. So they are looking for 25 individuals to sign up to be part of that, and there's certain 6 Thursday morning sessions. I'll make copies of this and pass it on to you guys so you can consider it, or you can recommend someone to them and have them register to be part of it. So that's a good thing, developing leading communities. And your employer should be, allow you to attend those meetings, most likely most of them would, I would think. All right, anything from you, or your turn, Scott? You got a couple items here.
Yeah, there's been some interest in renting the Iowa State building, I'm sorry, the Iowa State Bank building. And just, you know, how much, what would be a good price for a lease or rental? The person that's looking at it, he had mentioned, he's got coins, baseball cards, then he was also looking at truckload sale. Getting online, buying a truckload of, the comment he used was, let's say from Bed Bath and Beyond. He said he wouldn't do anything that people were selling in town. He didn't want to step on anybody's toes there, but
So like, it would be like a,
he would like say, somehow get online with like Amazon, he said, and if they had stuff left over, buy a truckload sale. I guess they do it with shoes.
oh, shoes.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Now you're
yeah.
Shoes.
Pillows, no.
Yeah, but you want 20 pallets of shoes though, that's, but
My,
he was just
Well, my
wondering,
wife's
he
got
was
it.
wondering if there was a price, how much, you know, like to lease it, to rent it.
Didn't we do 300?
we did 300 of
We did
all.
300 for,
Yeah.
I think
Plus
that's what I
utilities.
quoted right in, plus utilities,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if he's interested. Still?
We would want to do a contract, I guess, with them.
Yeah.
Similar to what was before.
Yeah.
Protect. I think it's a good idea.
It's open, so I guess he has to kind of remember that utilities probably aren't cheap when you're over there, especially in the winter, that he should be aware of that.
Right.
So,
Then you'd get the entire building for
Yep.
that then?
that's what we did, didn't we?
Do
We
we do the
just-
upstairs and everything too, or just the main?
The-
I thought it was just Maine, wasn't
Just
it?
the,
The upstairs doesn't have electricity right now.
no.
Yeah, I don't want people up
I don't know
there.
what it's gonna, what it take.
No,
No,
just
I
the
mean,
main, just that main floor.
Yeah, the
How about
main-
the basement?
that's big enough.
Is there
Main
just
I mean,
one thermostat in that building?
There's 3.
There's 3.
there's 3 different furnaces in that building.
So if you decided not to use the way back room or something, you wouldn't have to heat that?
I mean, the way back room is where your bathroom's at.
Okay.
Might want
Okay,
it.
Might want that.
Like going to the outdoors.
Townhouse.
Yep.
Do we allow them to go in the basement too, or?
Well, we did with Molly.
There's, I mean, there's, you know, there's nothing.
There's nothing
The old
really.
beauty shop's down there if you want us to use it.
Yeah. Well, there's that big open area clear to the back.
On the west side?
Of the, yeah, on the west side. Well, there's that big room up front too, but it's all sealed off. That door, is that door sealed
There's-
off, isn't it?
There's 3 different basements down there.
Yeah,
I would say just the same thing as like what we did with Molly. And I think Tisha has the contract or something.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Copy.
So
Yeah, just seeing what he says, if he's interested.
But
Yep.
300,
did we?
300.
300 plus utilities?
Yep.
You said Tisha does have the
Yeah,
contract?
she has.
Remember we talked about putting stone
Because we
Should
have
we
those
just
ones
change
names.
Right?
Yeah, change that.
We got them sealed up and stuff.
on the cracked ones?
Yeah.
Should they have to have some sort of liability insurance too?
Oh, yeah, they will have some insurance.
Proof of insurance, yeah.
Is that in the contract then?
I can't tell you
Hope
that,
so.
I don't
Should
remember,
be.
but I would make sure
Yeah.
they have to have something to cover it.
And
Can you
then
tell us who or no? No. Okay.
Secret.
Okay.
Well, how should you
Well,
know?
I-
Sorry.
Only for Lexi with an eye.
We need to maybe put in that contract too, that when you leave, it has to be back to the
We did
Yeah, which
that.
does say that.
Yeah.
They
Yeah, I
can't make
did say that.
modifications, they can't.
Modifications.
It's supposed to
It's
be the
approved.
same as it
And
was
it's,
when
and
they
it's gonna
took
be
it
the
out.
same and cleaned and everything. 'cause-
Yeah,
Didn't work well
or
last
you will
time,
be
but
charged
still.
if the city has to clean it.
Yeah.
And I think that was all in there.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
was.
I think if she gets you a copy, you can
Okay.
show it to him maybe before he takes it, he wants to look at it. So,
Okay, cool.
yep, see what he says.
And tell them that we would definitely, we would like a truckload of shoes.
I'll mention that to them.
Yeah, we get first option. Taylor would kill
All
me.
right, you need to tell me public comment.
I don't think we'd get them at cheap prices.
Oh, then also, we will be changing the ACH on the utilities to the 20th. in this coming month, so.
Okay,
Did you send out something to like let other,
No, we haven't sent anything
Okay.
out yet, so.
And you figured out, or do you know, do you have to call the banks, or do they have the, something from this side? or is
We'll
it
have
here?
we'll have to call the bank and let them know, but when every time we do this, whether it be for paycheck or utilities, the bank sends an email to us, and then we have to, and then for the payments, we send that back to the bank, so that way they know
Which people
who
and their
and
accounts.
how much needs to be released for the payments.
okay.
Okay, okay. Sounds good.
Do you have quite a few people on that auto pay then?
Yeah, you said 200 something when
Yeah, it
Denise
was-
was here. She-
Yeah, what was it,
she
like
tried-
280 some, 260? It was-
200 something,
good.
I can't remember
I think
what.
there'll be a lot more.
I think there'll be a lot more
Yeah, I
Yeah.
than the third, yeah.
I think it'll be
Did
a
you
lot
have that in
better.
the city bill or on the city website or whatever?
Yeah,
Or not city website?
Uh-huh.
it's,
Well, we can put it on the utility bill.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what we
well, yeah,
want.
that's where we'll put it, on the utility bill.
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah,
Because I think on the 20th, a lot more people will get on it probably.
I do too.
I hope so, but I mean, you wouldn't believe the number of people, well, we just sent the bills out last week, and we've had so many people in already paying their utility bills.
Yeah, my wife always does that.
Yeah.
Have it
Which
not
is
mine.
fine,
It's done.
yeah.
Yeah.
maybe my renter got mine again.
Oh. Okay, anything
You
else
said go
from
ahead,
Scott?
take care of it.
Yeah.
Any motion to do that? All right, Nate? What do you got for us?
So what's the deal with the police?
Have we put?
Have we posted this in the
Yeah,
paper
I was gonna
then?
say-
No, it hasn't been in the paper yet, I just put it in here, that way everybody can see how it's gonna read, and
This is
And
one
then
we
get it.
probably used how many times?
How many times have my name gone up there wrong then?
Oh, is that what it's wrong?
Don't you see it up top?
Oh. Oh, yeah, that's old.
Oh,
Wall.
It is.
That was the previous version. I started fixing it for you. We'll fix that one.
That's disgraceful.
I didn't have anything to do with that.
I'm
And that
just
was,
kidding.
that was from.
We'll get it fixed.
No, I don't care. I've been living with it for the last, what, 48 years, what's the more?
Okay, anybody know if there's any reports from fire or ambulance? I know we've been having discussions with them in committees or whatever. Some of you came to meetings, if some of you talked to them, I guess, at the fire, at the,
They're wondering if they're
Chili.
getting their, whatever their on-call pay. Is
It's
that,
got it ready to go as soon as you get
It's ready to
somebody
go.
in here, right, to help you with the checks.
Yep.
I gave
Yeah,
them
it's ready to roll.
an updated.
So I got that
I got the
straightened out.
Usually-
Actually, Lori sent a new updated version
Oh,
of
okay.
work, and so then
Looks
I wrote them
good.
all down next to
Yeah, she had it all broke down,
Oh,
the
good.
individual,
Is that just a
Well,
how
she
much
just-
per hour and how many
Yeah.
She
hours.
took the people that were
Trucks.
covering
Oh, yeah,
and we put them and put their hours down. I mean, I could figure out the regular ones,
Yeah.
but when they were covering
For
like
some-
a
yeah.
Sunday or something, that was a mess. So she did them all and we're gonna do $2 an hour and
Okay.
those checks should be going out shortly if you get
Yep,
somebody
Wednesday.
in here.
Yep, Wednesdays.
Okay, that's the plan. Sounds good.
I was gonna ask, I guess I haven't heard anything more on the library director, have you?
No, I seen it was still posted, so I haven't heard anything.
Saying
I
I'm
have not-
shooting for December 1st as to.
Oh, is it December
That's what it
1st?
was originally,
Okay.
but I'll do a check on that.
Yeah,
So
no,
we
I have
don't know
not.
if anybody's applied or anything
I
like that?
think they got some, but I don't know.
I have
What
not.
Mama said something that they had.
So
Somebody
did
applied
they,
that might be possible.
did they like interview them and then we have to okay it, or how does that work?
They got their own board.
Yeah, they have their board, we just have to approve their.
Approve what they.
Who they wanna hire? Okay, that's what I was.
And-
Yeah.
And their pay.
What their pay is gonna be
Okay.
set to, because they kinda like to have somebody 4 days, the way it sounds. So whether that works, because they're afraid if it's less, they maybe won't get anybody. That everybody wants at least 3 to 4 days,
Mhm.
so, I don't know, that's still what they're, that's the last I heard. Because I think Norma was talking to us that
Yeah.
one day, and she's the chairman of their
Yeah, I
board,
think so.
Norma Weber, so. There you go.
Okay. I know there's a Healthy Hometown group meeting tomorrow for as far as for committees. Is that tomorrow, right, Tuesday, I think? So, you know, that has maybe something to do with public safety. They're talking about looking at some crosswalks and signals and upgrading some things like that, especially for the trail. Anybody else has met that I don't know about on any of these things? Otherwise, I plan to have some meetings so you guys can get plans, put some goals together for next year, which we're almost at. So hopefully we can, I know December is a very busy month. And next month, or next week, is when we have our meeting with Primgar. Don't forget that. That's in Primgar.
At the city, I'm guessing?
Yes, it is.
It's City Hall.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
And that's east of the courthouse? Where's it
Yeah.
at?
Yeah, on the east side of the square.
Yeah, kind of the middle there.
Yeah, right next to the First National Bank.
Okay.
We are, I don't think we have anything else or am I missing
Do
something.
we need to talk about that building permit? Can we?
What we're talking about.
Well, there's a discrepancy in the building permit that was given out in April of '22.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you found out anything, seen anything, Steve, or
No,
do you have the permit with you? Can we look at that? See, they changed all that stuff, so you don't know, you know, when we had a discrepancy on something like that, it was when we still, before we had the planning and zoning thing, and you couldn't have a roof higher than
Over by the bank.
your neighbors or whatever.
Well,
That's,
they
is
changed
that
it.
still in that?
what are you saying, they changed all that, they created,
That
they
planning and
created
zoning,
the zoning ordinance in 2018.
yeah, well,
So any building permit after that, after 2018, has to follow the,
yeah,
Zoning
but I don't know if that's in that book, is it, that where it says roof height?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
in there.
all very
it
detailed.
has all your.
So
everything.
is it tall, does that's what it says, it can't be taller than your neighbor?
No, it's a foot, it's,
It's 20
Height,
feet.
yeah.
Oh, 20 feet, okay.
Yeah.
It used to be, and I thought it, because when we had with Joel Mueller, it was to where it couldn't be higher than your neighbor's roof.
Yeah, no, they changed that now, it's
Yeah,
20 feet.
is that how high that roof
The
is?
building permit, proposed height was 13'4".
that was the soffits. If you look in the back of it, the soffits were 13 feet.
Yeah, that's what everybody
But then you got
puts,
the
but they never
peak
put the
from the
roof on it.
rafters.
So
Yeah.
your total height is supposed to be to the peak, whatever that
Right.
is supposed to be.
Yeah, because I know when you look in the back,
Huh?
as far as from the manufacturer,
See, because that's what we had problem
If you look-
with Joel's,
13.4 feet, I think.
that he put 10 foot, and that's the sidewall.
Height.
That was just
Oh,
there.
that's
Yeah,
the
I think
sidewall,
Still
that's not,
within the-
That's not
Yeah.
the roof
not the
height.
peak, okay.
Yeah.
But I know on one of these two, it said
He has
the
to go by what
the
he did.
soffits were,
We can't do anything. The only other thing on it is are those two separate properties?
That's what I was wondering if they were,
There's one property. One
it's one
property?
property,
Okay.
okay.
It was combined.
No.
It's too long.
Well, look at your,
Yeah, that was
No,
fine.
he's- I think his kid has the house and the
It
dad
used to be
is.
two separate. I don't know if it is.
You're saying it's not Steve? Yeah, but that's Beacon Snyder though.
this is the property owner that's building that, that. This is the property owner here that owns that home, is building this building.
That's not a residence.
yes, right here.
Yep. It's two different
It hasn't
lots.
been combined into one lot, like Feltman did?
Feltman had to
That's
do
what-
that
That's
to do
what he's
his.
asking.
Yeah, Jason,
It's next to, but if it's
So-
separate.
Yeah,
so
because
we
by
can
this
have-
picture, it shows it's two lots.
Which then means it would need another.
Now, that's not a Beacon Snyder though, is it?
Yes.
Now, it doesn't say at the bottom that that's not a legal document or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, that's in there too.
So in your regulations,
Not there, it's still-
in Article 13, line 10, it says accessory
That's what I'm showing
buildings,
it together. Sorry.
says
Well, maybe
accessory
that's an
buildings
updated-
shall not be
That could be an
constructed.
updated one then.
Go ahead, Steve.
Sorry, Bob.
Accessory buildings shall not be constructed upon a lot until the construction of the main building has commenced. An accessory building shall not be used unless the main building on the lot is also being used. I assume what they mean by main building is the house.
Right.
Or the residence where.
The
you
residence has to be the
reside.
one to build it, not,
So,
Right.
so,
You just have to
so,
have a house, can't build your garage first.
so
and that's-
you're
That's
saying that
what
that-
that's
that's
saying.
actually not the residence building permit, that's a separate building permit. That's Charlie's permit.
His boy lives in a house and it's his
It's under
garage.
his-
Oh, it's his grade, but he filed the permit, okay.
Yeah.
But the lots are, it's not, that's the only thing that is unclear, it's on two different lots. So the
And
way this is,
fixed,
so
right?
the way this is worded, it just, the way it's worded is saying that if you're building a new home, you really can't build your garage first until your home is built.
Does it say anything in that thing about building pole barns in city limits?
No, I didn't find anything.
I know when Caden wanted to do something like that, it had to be a frost-free foundation.
Yeah. Cause that's just a floating slab in there, isn't it?
That would be a floating slab, you know?
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay, and that's under,
It's gotta have footings.
It's gotta have footings
On
down his
page
grounds.
yes.
No, that's
Here
a
it's just a
property.
corner.
underneath
Like a
your
sidewalk,
garage.
and then
Okay.
here's the eve.
that's section 13.6,
Yep.
minimal residential dwelling standards. And that's where the frost-free foundation, all residential structures shall have a continuous and complete frost-protected perimeter foundation, except that a perimeter foundation shall not be required for a mobile home, manufactured home, and so on. That's under section 13.6 under residential dwelling standards, so I don't know,
Is that just for a house and not a garage then? Or no?
I don't know.
So if that's on a separate lot,
There's a,
he needs to have it combined into
yes, he
one
needs to get
lot.
that fixed first,
If it isn't already.
if it's not.
Yes.
Schneider Beacon shows it as one, but
His
that
has
don't
it.
mean nothing.
Yeah, that doesn't mean, that's not legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mean,
So you talk to the county.
Shows it as one lot attached to that lot,
It's like a big L shape.
yeah.
Okay.
You have to find out for sure, but
yeah.
if that's the case, then it's within the parameters.
But it's not according to the footings either, like you're saying.
Well,
Well,
that's the house that he's talking about.
well, I don't know how you would interpret that, but if you would
Right.
interpret that as only for the dwelling, I didn't see anything that says for accessory buildings.
Right, for your.
Can you have what?
you can't have an all metal
I
garage.
thought, I thought that one time
in
they,
town.
that after that garage, after that was built
After, yes,
down here, down the street here, that they
Okay.
had changed all that to where you couldn't.
Well, also in section 13, under residential dwelling standards, exterior material will be covering walls shall be wood or masonry finish, vertical or horizontal groove siding or lap siding, or the typical residential appearance thereof. Roofing material shall be shingles, asphalt, fiberglass, or wood, slate, ceramic, concrete, or metal of a type customary used for residential roofing material such as standing seam or embossed textured metal. So what
That's
that,
not standing
what standing seam means is it's like siding where the fasteners are not exposed.
Now, standing seam, that's the stuff that is narrow up top, it's not like the barn tin, right? That you just lap over. Isn't standing seam, isn't that the stuff that you put together and then you run that machine up? You know, like the good steel roof stuff, PVC?
Yes, so standing seam comes in like 16-inch wide panels.
Yeah,
And then it has an nailing flange.
yeah.
And then so you fasten it with the with those screws or screws or nails.
Yeah.
Typically, fasten those screws in the nailing flange, and then the next one hooks over top of it and covers up that. And so that's what they
Because
call
this down
standing seam.
here is barn tin, I call barn tin.
And see, the fire station has standing seam on it, but they've also went back and put fasteners, exposed fasteners in it, but
So are there exposed fasteners on this one?
yes.
There is, okay.
And then metal shingles, like, you know, there's some houses that use metal shingles, that's what they need for that. Smooth, unfinished.
Because I remember when we were gonna redo ours, they told us we could have like a metal roof, but not a metal, we had to have, we had to have,
Seams covered.
See,
no, like we had to have down,
Siding.
siding, thank you,
Okay.
and not a metal roof.
So it goes on here in this exterior materials. Smooth, unfinished or corrugated metal or fiberglass shall not be used for exterior wall or roof covering. Soffits, eaves, window, and door trim not exceeding 18 inches in width. Roofs and coverings over bay windows, smooth or metal, vinyl, or wood unfinished metal such as copper, used for residential structure trim. Anyway, so it does say smooth, unfinished, or corrugated metal or fiberglass shall not be used
Are the sidewalls up?
for the sidewalls.
And what, are these
I don't know
sidewalls
how far
up?
is
I
it
don't
around?
know.
yeah,
What are some?
I think the roof and the sidewalls right.
What
Yes,
is
It looks like it's about 3/4 of the way
Is
done.
it metal?
Yeah.
And it
Yes.
shouldn't be?
Not the sidewalls.
There's not much we can do, can we? We have a sign by somebody.
What
Say
is it?
metal then? It says
What?
metal in there on those, this, on the list.
There's a description of all of it right there on the.
This
is
part,
it-
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I was.
Who will say
I
that?
was description,
So
yeah.
what was the date of the actual?
April 22.
See, and I guess if you look at Article 13, what that is additional use regulations.
Ten.
And it has Section 1, accessory building uses, and it
That's
doesn't,
what would it be?
and it doesn't say anything in the accessory building uses, how to finish the outsides. In Section 13.2, portable accessory buildings, 13.3, temporary buildings. And if you go on, for example, 13.6, that's the residential dwelling standards, and that's all, that's
Clear.
those rules within there.
Residential dwelling,
Yeah, if you say dwelling. though.
Residential dwelling standards.
So that's not the
but would it
house.
be a residential dwelling?
Well, that's what I'm saying, it probably is not.
Right,
considered
because
a
it's gonna be
residential
used for
dwelling.
storage.
Yes. Yeah, but that's where the codes are for the roofing and the siding and so on, it's in the residential dwelling part, not in the accessory building.
That's weird. Don't we have a size limit on accessory building size though?
It's 1,500 square feet,
And this is under that,
yep.
okay. And her roof height we said was correct.
Accessory buildings shall not have an overall height of more than 20 feet.
And this one's under that.
No, 20 feet, you said.
Yeah, that was.
To the peak.
18.
That's to the peak.
This is 30, a lot higher than 20 feet.
It is? No, it said 20.
I thought it said 28 feet for the peak.
Oh, 28?
Well,
Here, I'll give you the.
it's at 18.
I thought it said
No,
18.
it's at 18.
Was it 18 for
It
the
was
peak?
18.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's-
Yeah, it's, on that one page, it's all broke down on there
Starts
for,
there.
I don't think there's anything we can do though.
Is the heat on in here?
I know, it's fine. So we have to leave them.
It probably shuts off at 5 or 4:30.
He went to sleep.
Have to move around to make it turn on.
Yeah, we'll have to get out and do exercises.
You keep the page, yeah, you keep the page.
I don't think we can
No,
do anything.
page two.
I don't think we can do anything
Oh,
about
yeah,
it.
there you go, here's.
okay.
Oh, we had the paper.
Yeah, where's those papers? Okay. Well, whoever is still wanting to explore that sounds like Stevie, Van, Jake, and
Yeah, that roof peak height is 18 feet 4 inches. The eave is 13 feet 4 inches. Trusses were 12 foot, and it's a 412 roof pitch.
And are they going by those?
Yeah, did they go by
Did they
those?
go by that, or are they?
That I don't know, that I don't know. That's
So you're
just,
saying the sidewalls are 18?
13,
no,
13.4.
No, they're not.
the eve,
Oh, really?
the eve,
To the eve height.
the eaves are 13 foot 4 inches tall. And the roof peak is 18
Wow,
foot.
it looks a lot taller than that to me.
Yeah,
Maybe it
they're
isn't.
buying it.
Well,
I've been
Sure.
by, but I haven't paid any
you know,
attention
short
to it
of go down
really.
and talking to the contractor and saying, hey, throw a tape on that and show us how tall it is.
Yeah, so
The-
they're not listening to their
The only thing
thing.
we have to go by
Yeah,
is
is
that.
that.
So, so you
That's
said
not the way we
that,
have any teeth.
you said that the eve is 13.4?
Yeah,
Who's the
And
contractor?
they're not
Someone
saying
out of
Yeah.
Lamar's.
Who?
Someone out of Lamar.
Clary,
clear out of
Clear.
Lamar's.
Oh.
Then you're saying that, does this actually show what the actual peak is?
Yeah.
yeah. If you look at the top up there, it's all broke out on there.
See, and so if you have more questions about the zoning, you're gonna have to go to the zoning
18.4
Yep.
inches.
on this.
But they never adopted this though as a variance. It did go to them to be
Correct.
analyzed, but we could ask them
We-
to interpret it.
Right,
Yes, we would have to ask them to interpret
what the
the
rules are.
ordinance here. Because we can only go by what it says here. And
Well, I
we
mean,
would
if you-
go by what
if
it
you
says
want-
in the accessory buildings, but if you go to the residential dwelling, which this is not a residential dwelling,
Right.
there's more definitions of that. So I don't know I don't know the zoning committee, what they were, how they would clarify that. If they say accessory buildings have to follow the residential standards, or,
Yeah, what they would want.
I mean, you could probably get an easy, fast answer if you call, what's his face, and he
Darren.
could tell
Yeah.
you,
Yes.
this is my recommendation.
Yeah, he's the
That's-
person. to
well,
call.
that's what I would do. I would get your code book, and I can give you this one, because I tagged them,
Okay.
and ask him that.
So
Oh.
Steve, I got a question for you, since you know this. Okay, so it's a 412 pitch, so that's 4 inches for every 12 inches, right, of the
Yep.
pitch?
Mhm.
So,
How wide is the building?
no, I think there's another piece of paper, isn't it? Does that, somebody else have that?
30 by 32 foot.
So
30 foot wide. So,
30 times 4, right?
no, you take 15 times 4,
15 times 4.
Six.
So it'd be 60 inches?
60 inches.
So that would be 5 feet.
Be about right then.
Okay.
Well, I think first you're gonna have to find out if he actually has it combined, if he's done that or
Yeah.
And then
combined
your
the
lots are
lots.
that high, yeah.
So there you can check with the assessor, or he,
God,
the
that front of that building was a lot taller than 13.4.
assessor can tell you that. But, and if
You
he's
can-
following his height, then he
Right.
told you.
Yep.
'Cause that's the only teeth you got.
To the peak.
Measure it.
Not to the peak.
But any questions on
And-
the rest?
And to change it, he would just have to get that changed, get a hold of his lawyer to get the property, to get that adjusted. and-
Yeah.
Right. And
Like what-
that's- but I
Yeah,
think,
like
yes,
what
just
Like what we
Brian-
did with Brian Feldman
Yes.
Yeah.
on
So
his
to me,
property.
that's what I would find out, if that's
You've got
not
that-
true,
you
then
wanna write that down?
give him a call and say, you gotta get this set up first.
But I think you
Then-
better call Darren and get clarification on
Yep, I do
these
too.
ordinances.
Was that 18 feet on the peak, you said?
Yeah, 18
Yeah.
something.
Yep,
Yeah, 18.4.
'Cause this is your accessory building right now.
Oh, yeah,
Right,
duh.
yeah.
Okay,
Is
let's go
18.4
to where
feet,
that other
13.4.
5, yeah.
Duh, 5 foot.
I'm like, that's right in there.
That's
Alright.
your dwelling standards.
Little math for all of us,
And then,
never heard of.
um,
I haven't done any math today.
but it's
so
not,
That's what.
yeah,
it's
we gotta
not.
find out what residential dwelling is. It's,
Intended for residential occupancy.
Yep,
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm- So, yeah, you'll have to ask Darren.
yeah.
yeah.
And this is your exterior materials.
But he's very good, he can get back to you, I mean, he will talk to you
And
right on
that's
the
for
phone.
residential
We can
dwelling.
do the separate
Yes.
pieces in that.
But it doesn't say anything
It's not
for
very big.
accessory
Right,
buildings.
okay.
So you're gonna check on this,
It is cool.
the
I think we
foundation.
need some new windows.
Because it's just, I'm sure it's just a cement pad for it there.
Yeah, and then
They turn the
you're
heat
gonna
up.
wanna check
Yeah.
Yeah.
that.
they never work.
Chloe.
Scott, you
Where
like
is
don't
it?
want anybody in here at all or
Some
something?
penguins,
That's just
way over
right.
there.
Okay.
polar
You
cream.
gotta figure it out.
It's like my son's house.
Is it cold?
Clarify that.
Okay, yeah, I'll give them
When I
a,
walk in, he goes, "You can turn pee, Dad." Yeah.
I will be, huh?
Okay, and on those building permits, we found that building permit book
Yes.
in the drawer. I think maybe after. that it's
Ask
been
him
approved.
about that.
Ask him
This is the
about
ones
that.
you're using, yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
to see if there's a carbon copy of that building permit. We could keep one, we could give one to the,
Maybe that we'll put that in our 12 copies we get here.
Well, I'm just wondering why they have them if we never use
oh
them.
yeah,
Because that's what and that's what I was gonna ask him the other day when I called him to do this, some kind of a send out for that codification, but I
Okay.
forgot. So you wanna maybe put that on your list too, what, if we need to use the building permits, or they don't, or you do, or
you got
the other one's just fine. Because you're gonna have a list just to talk to Darren.
When does the candidate start here?
next week.
No.
Monday?
Wow, that was
Either Monday
2
or
weeks.
Tuesday, I gotta speak with her yet. so-
All
I
right.
was gonna say, Tuesday would probably been her day that she accepted, so.
Cool.
So what?
So it's been 2 weeks. Oh, wow.
It will be.
Wow.
We're gonna have
You called
Yours is
Darren.
fast.
call Darren and you're gonna, well, can you go
Okay.
talk to the
Yeah.
contractor? Have him
He will
show
tell you what you can do. I tell you what, he's on the ball.
Get that.
You just wanna work with
Easy to
them.
talk to.
Were they down there working today?
I think the weather, they were working out at the res all day, so.
Okay, Kelly, I skipped over you.
Shame
The
on
best
you.
for last. So you can tell us all about your snow moving and your decorating and all the other stuff.
Changed a couple boxes of lights in City Hall and over at the Law Room, hung the clock. Did a bunch of underground work over at Lushers and whatnot. Moved snow, fixed some street lights, loaded Christmas lights on trailer, hung Christmas lights. Put plows and sanders on. Spent a couple days cleaning street corners from snow. Got the water report paperwork done, water shut off. Fixed the light on Sterling, put barricades out for winter festivities. Replaced some red lights at Mill Creek Clinic. Pumped the last 40 gallons of chlorine into our boat tank. Replaced hoses on chlorine and fluoride pumps. Fixed lights on International dump truck. Ambulance calls. Sanded streets a few times. Scraped the downtown streets. Load snow and haul the snow. Most of our time was spent with snow the last week.
We're above the average too, just in case you want to know.
Are you
Yeah,
sick
Not
of
by
it?
much, it's 5 inches
Sick
something.
of it?
Oh,
Yeah,
we
that's
had
it.
5 inches
Well,
on
Sheldon reported that out, I heard it this morning, and they said that we are above the average by
Oh.
point something.
But we're still 10 inches below in precipitation.
So how did the
Probably,
new guys
but-
do with the plow, the training in the plows?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, me and Caden rode with Josh and Rich because it was their first time plowing snow. You know, there's a bunch of phone calls about that, but
We're training.
Well,
that's.
you
that's how it
gotta
is.
show
I
'em.
mean,
Yeah, they don't know how to do it automatically.
there's a lot more to it than you think, I guess. And if you don't get the route down and all that, then you're just driving in circles. And,
Right. Been down that street, right?
Oh, I've been down that street.
Uh-huh.
and when I started, we just kind of got thrown in and said go. So and it was.
Well, good, I'm glad you took
Yeah,
some time to train them.
Yes, I think that's a good
I
idea.
really thought they had needed 2 people. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
well, back
Sometimes
when.
you do.
When I
yeah.
first started, when we would plow during the day, there were times we had 2 people in the truck just for another set of eyes, since
Right.
there's a bunch of
Traffic and
traffic
stuff.
and whatnot out.
I can believe that.
And if you get a lot of snow, you can't always,
Well, if it's
You
really.
don't know
you
Run
don't want to
anybody
stop
over.
at stop signs if you don't have to, because then you can't get going again.
Well, you guys did a fine job.
Yep, looked good.
You got it done early too. so
Yep,
everybody
and
got
that was
home and
good.
Cleaned their snow.
Well, and I think that you went back and kind of scraped off some of the slush. That was good to get rid of that, because that's what everybody complains about, when it's nice.
So, all right, right, so as you see, our next meeting, the regular meeting is the December 19th, but we will be having the one next week in Primcar.
Yep.
So
Do we get paid for going to that? I just want to ask.
technically, I believe you will.
Well, I'll bet you Carol will
Special
pass.
meeting.
Come, huh?
Yeah. Ask her about that.
I think they should feed us too.
Pizza would be good.
Thing or what?
Pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah, pizza ranch.
or we can chip in too.
Sure.
Where's the ad supposed to go
Yeah.
and how many weeks?
What?
Where's the what?
The police ad's supposed to go and how many weeks?
The police ad
When's
is
this
really-
police ad going out and how many weeks is it gonna be out?
We can get it to you anytime. How long do we want to post it?
2 weeks, don't we usually set it up for 2 weeks? Unless we get somebody and we cancel it. Yeah.
You got the Peach?
Huh?
Peach?
Yeah,
Think so?
yeah, so it gets out further. We want it to
Okay.
go as far as we can.
Beach and the shopper and the, putting it on Facebook. and-
Did that, Nate, does that one guy from Sutherland go after the first of the year then? Did-
Sometime, I guess I haven't
They haven't got all
spoken
those yet?
specifically whether it's gonna be right after the first or whether it's gonna be next summer yet.
Oh, really?
I've heard anything, but I've heard it could be either way.
Okay.
It'd
All
probably
right.
work out better if it was like summer and
Actually, yeah, I was gonna say
Maybe
summer would probably
somebody-
be nicer, wouldn't it?
then maybe you'd have somebody with
My
it.
point of view.
Yeah. Not from your point of view? Oh, really?
You mean him gone during the summer?
Yeah, you'd
So
rather
that I'm
have him
stuck
gone
here,
now?
period?
Yeah.
No, that would suck. Summer's when I usually take vacation.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say maybe you're busier then too.
Yeah, maybe a little.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll see what happens, huh?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
All right, Lexi, thank you. Motion has been made to adjourn.
Second.
And Jean with the second. Do we have any discussion on that, or all in favor say aye?
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carried, we adjourned at 6:26 p.m. Thank you, I can make my
You can make your concert.
son's winter concert.